difficulty.
So, Gro, thank you very much for this interview, and tell us your experience and challenge on the issue of care for children, why it is important and what are the main problems. And we know that you have a long and strong experience on all this. So tell us about your experience in Africa too.
Thank you. Well, I would say that basically all children are dependent on being loved. It's actually a basic need that a child has. We can think of a child as being very vulnerable. If a child is not cared for, the child will not survive.
Yeah.
And the child will not develop. So when we think of care, the basic aspect of being loved by someone is the primary need. And of course, parents may be in stressful situations and not being able to give that much attention as they would have loved to for different reasons. And then we also talk about the need for caring communities, caring neighborhoods, caring other significant others. Every child, all children need care from other, preferably adults. It can also sometimes be older siblings. But a good community need to organize that care if basic care cannot be sufficiently dealt with in the home setting. And most adult caregivers are also dependent on securing food and income to meet other demands of the family, and they might need to collaborate with other adults. So this kind of other care, and whether you live in a caring neighborhood, can be met and organized in many different ways. I have been working also in very, very poor conditions in African communities, for instance, where many parents had passed away because of AIDS. I'll give you one example. I worked in a little community in Lusaka, in a district called Materu. In that district, people died from AIDS every day in that period, and there were a lot of child-headed households. Now, there were 30 widows who organized and said all children in our neighborhood should know who is their parent. And I'm not talking about biological parent, but a caring parent. All children should know that they have someone who will care for them. And these 30 women in very impoverished areas managed to organize care for 1,031 children, and I'm not exaggerating. And what did they say? We are planting the seeds of love in these children. We know that not all seeds will grow, but it is our hope that these children will grow up to be caring adults, and maybe one day they will be the ones to take care of our children when we die and pass away. And that kind of attitude to understanding that the need of the children is not only mechanically to put them somewhere and give them food or say, you read this in school, or, but the whole attitude of doing it as developing children to be caring human beings. So these conditions are basic. Then we have to see how can we organize care in that way. So this is not only a matter of putting children somewhere, it's a matter of the whole attitude of the interaction between children and people responsible to look after those children. Whether it is in a kindergarten or whether it's in a school setting, the caring attitude is essential.
Okay, wow. Thank you very, very much.